Steelers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Looking to throw right away. Pickett. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Pickett's throw brought in by Austin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 34. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10. Pickett now on first down. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17 and able to get this out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Watson on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They go with Chubb on second down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour.
And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable for Grant. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Steelers at 1 and 15 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Pickett.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
First and 10, here's Pickett. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Looking deep downfield. And this is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
41 yards.
And the Steelers have taken the lead.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin this drive with Chubb. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmunds, picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. That's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
This is caught. Touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 32 yards. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Watson steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
York able to send this one through,
and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with Williams.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But
it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
After the pick 6, here's Pickett to try again.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
Room here to run.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And some room to maneuver. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Javonte Williams with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Watson now to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett, he's going to try and go deep again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At the 40.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson being chased out left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's got the connection to Cooper. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
York on now for the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Third and long for Pickett. He'll let it fly for Austin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. To throw is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now Chubb running right, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. There to stop him, Terrell Edmunds. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. And again, it's Chubb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
On the ball now.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter. And And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 173 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Boston, the man in motion left. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick taken right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Throwing again is Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. On first down, Watson. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Watson to throw. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Browns are able to move back in front. Extra point by York is up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Looking to throw here, Pickett.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
From the 6. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Watson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now it's Watson.
And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Steelers who will have the first chance to go down and score here in overtime as we are back underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Here's Pickett on 2nd down.
And he is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety, and the game is over.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Browns,
they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,
they were unable to find a second victory as they finish off a woeful and very tough 1-16 campaign.
And you have to imagine that there will be some big-time house cleaning to do, possibly starting as early as tomorrow morning.